Everybody, welcome to Painting for Pleasure. I'm your host, Tony Visco, and we're going to do a waterfall scene today. It's going to be based on this particular piece that I have right here. It's a little bit of a winter scene, but I'm going to change it over, probably make it a summer scene, a little bit warmer weather, but we're dealing with woods, rocks, water coming down, flowing down in this area, and so forth. So we'll just put this up over here and get started. What I want to do is to get my, let's do this with my 1.5 inch brush and sort of wet the top, and we're going to end up bringing this down a little at a time here. We're going to start to get the background in. I'm just picking up some background color. Basically all I'm really doing here is cleaning up my palette and just putting some basic colors in. Now it's nothing, it's going to be all grays and stuff like that, but what I can do is it's going to be very light. And I have rocks over here, tree. Let's see, we got rocks down here. Coming around here with some trees. Alright, so what I'm going to do, this is basically my outline for that. And what I'm going to do right now is just to pick up some tissue and pick up some of this water off of here. And we're going to come in with a nice bright blue for the sky. A little bit of water. Come in here with a sky color. A little bit of, that's cobalt blue, a little bit of cerulean blue over here, and again, all of this stuff here in the background, we're going to end up dealing with trees and sunlight coming in, streaks of sunlight, maybe right in this area here. And I'm leaving some light area over here. What I want to do actually is paint around, because I'm going to try to hold this, but I'm going to paint around. I've got some individuals that are over here that are sitting down. I just want to carefully wet around these guys. And I'm going to leave them white. We'll put them in later. Okay. So we got something that's going to go around here. I got a couple of individuals down here too. So that being done, we'll put darker values in this area here. Some rocks over there, rock over here. These are just basically trees. Okay. Rock over there, rock over here. We just want to make sure that this is rock. Soften that up a bit. Okay, so we have all kinds of stuff going on over here with regard to heavy values. Cerulean blue, let's do this. Let's do cerulean blue. and new gamboge. Okay, see that nice bright green? Cerulean blue, new gamboge. Okay? And you're getting that nice bright, almost like an emerald green for some of these areas. Softly. And then to add to that, I want to come in here and just add a little bit of yellow ochre in here. And we're going to come in and we're going to just give this a little bit of heavier look. And we're going to actually come in here and do that same way over here. Let's some trees in the foreground, and then we're just going to put some gray trees in the background. So these are rocks down here. What we want to do is do these really light. What I'm going to do, basically what's going to happen is there are going to be shadows. Let's say we're going to end up putting shadows in this area, because when sunlight is going to come from this direction here, so it's going to illuminate all over here, and we're going to end up putting some shadows back over here, and shadows in this area. So we'll play around with this a little bit. So yellow ochre. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to wet. Let's see, we got the same thing going on down here. We got people up here, people down here. So we're just going to sort of wet around the individuals. Let's do, we want to do this on a bit on the gray side. Sunlight's going to come in here, hit here, hit here, hit here. So let's make it brighter, actually. So we have a person that's sitting here, if I can maintain him, the individual. We have a person sitting here, going around the rock. All right. And we're going to end up doing that there. And we're going to end up having a lot of water. Let's see. We have rocks that are over here, but I want to make those a little bit brighter. So we're going to start off with bright rocks. Over here. Those bright rocks are, I'm taking my upper rows for my bright sides of these rocks here. And we're going to have some of this area is going to be bright here. And we're going to end up doing adding a little bit more of my cobalt blue in with this upper rose. And on the water side, we're going to do shadow. Here. Oops, sorry about that. Some shadow over here. All of this stuff's going to be in shadow over here too. Shadow up here. And a little bit more darker shadow in this area here, because we're going to end up doing something up here with my trees. Okay. And the same thing with shadow down here. What I'm doing is I'm doing a little bit, it's a combination of cobalt blue, opera rose, a little bit of my new gamboge, sorry, a little bit of my burnt sienna. We have a light area. We have get this rock here, and I'm gonna make this darker down here. Okay. So we got some rocks in there. This is the waterfall right there, so we'll do that. That's coming down this way here. Rock here. Rock down here. We have this guy sitting on rocks, these people sitting on rocks over here. We're going to make them darker. Got a little bit of dark under here. So it's going to be dark there. That's going to be dark on this rock here. We'll make that dark over there. And a little dark around here. Coming down this way. A little bit of something in there to make that interesting. Okay, and this is going to be darker in here. Okay. So, I want to keep these rocks, as I said, pretty much, if I can, on the light side. As much as possible. And I want to get some darks now going on up in this area here. So one of the things that we want to do here is to come up and start to look at what's going on up over here with regard to different kind of movement. Take my round brush here. And again, let's get a little bit more deeper in terms of my values. Okay, so we have this tree here. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just sort of moving my brush in little Z shapes, I guess, but I'm leaving some light. Leaving some light areas. See if we can get this a little bit darker. I want to leave some lights. You got to. All right. So the idea is we want darker areas. But we want to leave some light in there too. Okay. Want lighter areas and dark areas. How about let's take a little bit of darker area. We'll just put in some yellow ochre in here. These are going to look like trees. Hopefully they'll look like trees. Of course they'll look like trees. Let's take a little bit of my... I'm mixing up a little bit of my yellow ochre with my lavender here. And we're going to come back over here. We're going to end up putting some of these off in a distance. Okay. Notice we've got some nice pretty lights, very interesting light areas. We want some interesting dark areas as well too. So we want to come back down in this area here and darken up some of this stuff. Okay. what I'm doing is I'm working around this guy's it's over here. Okay. My head. Hopefully, my head's not in the way. Oh, geez, I never thought about that. Oh, I bent my hair. My brush. Damn. Okay, so we got some of this stuff in there. Let's get some more of that nice blue, cobalt blue combination of my green, and we'll end up giving me a couple of closer trees in here. Let that dry a bit. We do have we have this here and we have this here. Now, is that a good design? I think what I'm going to do is come down in this with this. Hopefully, this will work out. Tree here, rock here, rock in here. Okay, so we're going to go around that rock. All right. And we'll build this tree up a little bit more. So we have some interesting kind of patterns that are going on over there. And let's get, let's do this. Let's get my thin brush again. And I'm going to come in here and put some. Let's come over here. We'll make some saplings. Here, forgive I know my arm is in the way, but at least my head's not in the way. And then we'll fill this up here. They have this tree here. It's going to be over here, and maybe we'll have another one right here. So that's coming down here. We probably need to darken up. Probably going to need to darken up some of this over here. Here's my rock there. So we can outline that boulder over there. And we'll just come over here and put some of these spruce trees in over here, here. Okay, and I'm going to end up probably coming down here and maybe making a spruce tree right here. But let's say some of the seedlings got into these rocks. That's it. Yeah, that's kind of cool. We'll just bring it right down. And what we'll do is, because it's dark, actually we'll pull it out a little bit. It's right down in there. Between that rock and that rock over there. And maybe I have one I drew in here, so let's see if I put one in here as well. I don't know why I'd have a couple down there, but we got them. Composition, I guess. That's okay. Good. So that being done right there, we'll get some maybe linear lines. So we're going to take. We have our basic color for my rocks, my basic background for my rocks. I want to just come in here, let's see, and start to cut in some of these boulders, the lines in the boulders. So this is just a gray. Here's what I'm doing. Just picking up what's on my brush right here. See what I did? Little bit of that gray stuff. Coming in here and making a little bit few of these crevices. We'll darken this up in here. We want them to have rock texture. We want them to have rock texture. All right. Now, we also know that some of these crevices that we're dealing with here are a lot darker. It's going to be dark in here. It's going to be dark in here. Okay, we're going to just do that. Go right through my guy here. Let's get a little bit of harmony in here. Let's get a little bit of this ochre color. So what we need to do is build up my darks now. See this, that green has got to be built up a lot more. Or that dark green. See, we've got these in here. Alright, looks like too much like a Christmas tree to me, but we'll have to try to see if we can fix that. Spread it out more, huh? Darks. Dark tree there, waterfall here. It's coming down here, so that's good. Just trying to look at it from a compositional point of view. Alright. Let's nice and dark in here. Tree trunk there. Tree trunk there. Okay, so I think we're okay. I hope we're okay. This over here. Ochre. Maybe a bit brighter in here. A little brighter ochre down there. Just accent that. Maybe a little bit brighter ochre in here too. Okay. So this whole thing is going to be in shadow over here. I'm going to let that dry a bit more. Let's go back in here. Now see, a lot of this stuff has got to the point where it's really not as dark as I want it to be. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of my burnt sienna along with my French ultramarine blue, and perhaps maybe we need to make some of this a little bit more interesting. A little bit more interesting. Maybe over here. That tree there, and this tree is coming down. Pretty dark. Spotted darks. How about this whole thing? My gosh. All right here. How about this? Let's just darken up this whole area. Okay, let's try that. Dark against light here. This is all about this dark area right here. Okay. Leave that nice and light over there, I think. Okay. And a rock here. Okay. We'll make this. Here we got a nice light area up at the top. We'll bring this down. What am I doing? I'm actually coming in here and working this, but I'm working this so that I'm composing it as I go. I have this coming down here. Get a nice dark rock under here. Really dark under there. Really dark under here. Now we need to differentiate some of this down here. This is a rock here. All right. And I'm going to do this rock here. My head in the way? I'm sorry. That's probably right there. Let's do that. So that means that my rock in here is going to be a little bit deeper in value, so that we can separate those two. Right. Okay. And that means this is going to be a little bit deeper in value here. And here. Okay. Let's try it. Let's just try it. Indentation, indent. All right, indent. All right. Group of rocks. Group of rocks that do it right there. So, am my rocks right now, are they okay here? That's the key. Do I need to do anything right here? Maybe. Let's get some fresh water, and I'll put some purple in. Okay, so I'm going to end up doing something like this here. All right, a little bit more blue. And I'm going to end up coming over here a bit. Alright. We're just going to come down here and make these nice and light on the bluish side. And a little bit there too. Okay. Now this is going to be nice and dark. Let's get some blue. Cobalt. We're going to end up blue-brown down here because all right. Where's my photograph here? Okay. That I'm working with. We're now going to have some shadow there. Do some shadow in here. Shadow under the rocks here. All right. All right. Right there, right there. Good. And here, we're just going to put in a rock over here, a couple of rocks over here. I want to put in a rock right here. I want this thing to stick up too. Oops, sorry. Nice and dark. Scraping. Okay. Not too much. Alright. Now, I can see we need a couple more stronger darks. What we need is a little bit of, we wet this, a little bit of light value in there. Okay, good. Scrape. Scrape this here. Alright. Let it dry totally. I'm going to let it dry totally and come back a little bit, because this is a much better composition than I originally started with. So what I'm talking about is this. If you take a look at this, I'm using this as a reference, but it's not good composition. This is dead center, rocks on the same side, both sides. It just doesn't work too well. So what I did is I just made this a little bit different. This to this, so rock, okay, and this, although probably equal, it's sort of over to the left-hand side. Just bring in, let's see if I can bring in a little bit of light there. Now I need to bring in some of these people. I need to put in the people. I'm going to try to do this delicately, I guess, or whatever. I have a person here and a person there. So I need to make that darker. I need to come, oh, sorry about my head. Let me just get it out of the way. All right, so here's my individual sitting on right here on this rock. Okay, around there, and I'm going to come around the other side as well. Individual sitting there. Individual is going to be sitting here. So all right, right there. Two individuals around there. All right, so good. And really heavy down in this area here. Okay. And We do have a couple of people over there, so let's see if we can get my Naples yellow, touch of I got a person that's here. We'll make the face a little darker. And we'll do one here as well. Oops. Go. And a couple of people. Just tiny little figures. And same way with this here, we'll just get a bright face. Well, not quite. That one didn't work out too well. We'll fix that one. You know what? I might just kill those two down there. What do you think? You know, we just leave it nice and light. Probably too wet to do this right now. All right, just leave it alone. We'll do that. Let's make this a little bit darker. Oh, wait till it dries, Tony. Gotta wait till it dries. This is just we're just going back in here now and just doing a little bit of detail work. Make this somewhat darker over here. Somewhat darker over there. How about some branches? Make some of this a little bit darker here, maybe over here. Okay. And we'll just add a little bit of light coming in here and there. A little bit darker brown over there, a little bit redder. Interesting kind of things. We'll balance this out a little bit here. And I did have one going off, didn't I? I had one going off in this direction here. And something going off in this. I'm going to leave that alone. How much do we need to put in for that white, for that water? Let's just add a little bit of water up here. Add a little bit of this. Coming down here, waterfall. Okay, leave that white. And add a little bit of this fun stuff. There and there. Do I need a little bit of green in here? You know what? Leave it alone. That's my painting, guys. I'm going to let it go at that. That's it. I'm your host, Tony Visco. Thank you for being with me. This is another episode of Painting for Pleasure. This is the waterfall. It was based on the Buttermilk Falls. I think out in western Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken, or Vermont. I can't remember where it is. But anyway, I took a little bit of license, changed this around a little bit more so that the composition was a little bit more interesting. So until the next time, enjoy.